years ago they laughed at him because he was a down-to-earth man. He didn't have educated ways, but he spoke the truth from the stand. He spoke about busing and taxes too, instead of what others did say. He sang the Star-Spangled Banner, showing patriotism in his own way. He will stand in back of what he does say. He says what he means about the evils of today. With courage he has fought of many a fight for causes that he feels are right. Only a blind man would not see the mess our country is in. He didn't shirk the fight because they said that he might not win. He put his all into the campaign with his pretty wife by his side. He clapped his hands and sang some songs no one can say he hasn't tried. Wallace will continue to run the race. God didn't make another yet to take his place. There's only one George and that is true, and he's doing what he was meant to do. At the final primary rally, held about 30 miles from Hoffman, while he was shaking hands, our shouts rang out, and George Wallace fell to the floor. But Wallace will continue to run the race. God hasn't made another yet to take his place. There's only one George and that is true, and he's doing all that he can do. He will stand in the back of everything he does say. He will say what he thinks about the evils of today. With courage he has fought of many a fight for causes that he feels are right.
Stand up for America, the call comes clear. Stand up for America, the time is here. Stand up for America, be heard today. Stand up for America, it's the only way. Our men have fought and died constantly to keep her free from the enemy. While we fight without, we give way within. Is this the beginning of the end? This need not be if you'll heed the call that rings out now to one and all. The cry is heard all across this land that now's the time for all to stand. Stand up for America, the call comes clear. Stand America, the time is here. Stand up for America, be heard today. Stand up for America, it's the only way. Stand up right now, get in the fight to make our land a land of right. The call comes clear, it's heard again. Will you stand and answer with all men? A better time or a better place has not been known by any race. The time is now, this very hour. Stand up and fight for you or the pound. Stand up for America, the call comes clear. Stand up for America, the time is here. Stand up for America, be heard today. Stand up for America is the only way.
W-A-L-L-A-C-E, that spells victory for you and me. Listen very carefully to what I say. It's about George Wallace and the USA. He's gonna change our government when we elect him president. In November of '68, that's gonna be the magic day. Every state will win with him. States' rights they will get again. Wouldn't it be great if we could say the streets of our country are safe today? It's a great big job for any man, but everybody knows where Wallace stands. People are listening more each day to what this great man has to say. He's on top and walking strong. Let's keep him there and sing this song. W-A-L-L-A-C-E, that spells victory for you and me.
There's a man in Alabama who stands about 10 feet tall. He stands for peace and liberty and freedom for one and all. He fights the politicians and all their crooked aims, and he stands up for America. George Wallace is his name. George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, he's a legend in his time. Now every man ought to take his stand and vote the George Wallace way, 'cause the bureaucrats and men such as that are gonna take our rights away. Put Wallace in the White House and every day you'll say, I'm glad America took her stand and voted the Wallace way. George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, he's a legend in his time. Now if things don't change in America, we're gonna be in an awful spot. Instead of gaining more freedom, we're gonna lose what we've got. We need the right man in the White House, and that's why I truly say, let's put the right man in the White House and vote the Wallace way. George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, he's a legend in his time. George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace, George C. Wallace.
Are you gonna vote for to be the next president in these troublesome times?
Someone who is as strong as David, yet has love for hearts that pine. I know somewhere there's gotta be somebody who can do it day after day. Oh, let me tell you, I think it's George Wallace. He can do her all of the way. Oh, we need a leader who's gonna stand up and say, I am the man. One who considers both the rich and the poor and tells the people all of his plans. I'm gonna vote for George Wallace. Now our nation is still the greatest in the world, from the mountains on down to the sea. All it needs is a one great leader to keep her milk and honey running free. It's time America pulls herself together and elects someone who really can. Oh Lord, help us as we choose our next president. May George Wallace be the man. Oh, we need a leader who's gonna stand up and say, I am the man. One who considers both the rich and the poor and tells the people all of his plans. I'm gonna vote for George Wallace.
George Wallace, George Wallace, George Wallace.
Oh, I'm gonna vote for George Wallace.
George Wallace, George Wallace, George Wallace.
Oh, I'm gonna vote for George Wallace.
George Wallace, George Wallace, George Wallace.
Oh, I'm gonna vote for George Wallace.
Just gone. law and order, our only safe street guarantee, our only safe street guarantee. We will know our sons and daughters protected by the Wallace plan, stopping by land, air, and water, falling in our children's hands, what's falling in our children's hands. George, it's you, 72, and you'll be in history, chasing rats and bureaucrats away from Washington, D.C., away from Washington, D.C. We'll discuss what's need discussing, and that's the way that it must be. Tell our courts there'll be no busting in this land of the brave and free, in this land of the brave and free. George, it's you, 72, and you'll be in history, chasing rats and bureaucrats away from Washington, D.C., away from Washington, D.C.
The crowd is at the airport, just hear the mighty roar, as every new ovation resounds from shore to shore. The victory plane is coming to answer freedom's call. Our chief is coming in on the Wallace Cannonball. He'll change the court decisions that set the criminal free. The communistic vermin, he'll never let them be. The crooked office holders, he'll banish one and all. They tremble at the coming of the Wallace Cannonball. We all respect the memory of Teddy Roosevelt, his wisdom and his courage throughout the world was felt. It soon will be apparent and known to one and all that Teddy's true successor rides the Wallace Cannonball. He'll win the war in Asia or gain an honest peace, and then in foreign squabbles our meddling will cease. The budget will be balanced with jobs for one and all. Prosperity is riding on the Wallace Cannonball. When women walk in safety the streets both night and day, when criminals are punished with justice here to stay, when riots are abated and agitators fall, the world will bless the coming of the Wallace Cannonball.
Governor Wallace, our hats are off to you. Well, our hats are off to this governor from the state of Alabam. Governor George C. Wallace, for his crusade is no sham. He's finding freedom lovers every place he goes. He knows the Constitution and the Bill of Rights he shows. Get on the Wallace bandwagon and let's all make a start towards fighting for the liberty from which we'll never part. He will fight our battles, north, east, south, and west, to protect the justice in the land we love the best. Well, the bureaucrats in Washington, they're shaking in their boots. They know what he's a-shooting at, and they fear the way he shoots. Our girl on Staten Island, with a torch up in her hand, holds a light for Wallace while he's waking up the land. Get on the Wallace bandwagon and let's all make a start towards fighting for the liberty from which we'll never part. He will fight our battles, north, east, south, and west, to protect never part. He will fight our battles, north, east, south, and west, to protect the justice in the land we love the best. In the land we love the best.
Now listen to me, friends. I've got a story to tell about a fighting little governor. It happened in a shopping center in Laurel, Maryland, in the shadow of our nation's capital. It's an American tragedy, and it goes like this.
They shot him down, but he wouldn't stay. They shot him down on a tragic day. They shot him down, but he wouldn't quit. Is he to be our next president? A governor, they all shook his hand. The governor of Alabama, a mighty fighting man. When he became a governor, then he had no fight. A chance to be our president, to fight for people's rights. All around the country, he just traveled alone, trying to tell us all exactly what was wrong. A hell of a lot of heartaches and a hell of a lot of strife. Now he's in the hospital fighting for his life. His cards on the table, finally made his stand. They knew they couldn't beat him, so they shot to kill this man. The bullets were not fatal, his life. This pleased a lot of people, but mostly pleased his wife.
State of Maryland, a leader made his way. Many people gathered round to hear what he would say. The parking lot was crowded and the band was going strong. When Billy said, let's cool it, boys, the governor's coming on. He made his speech, was shaking hands and making all the rounds. Those pistol shots rang out and he slumped slowly to the ground. It's so tragic when a man can't speak in public without fear for his life and all the things he really feels are the answers he's been searching for, the way to open freedom's door.
stream that irrigates the plains. He sowed his seeds in principle, and faith became his rain. Yes, faith became his rain. George Wallace is his name. George Wallace is his name.
Stand up for our George Wallace, for you he took a stand. The story of his courage has spread throughout the land. He stood against an army of federal might and power. He stands for Southern freedom. He's the hero of the hour. He's a champion of the people, a champion in the ring. He's always been a fighter, and that's a certain thing. Stand up for what he thinks is right. From this he'll never budge. That's the reason that they call him the fighting little judge. Stand up for our George Wallace, for you he took a stand. The story of his courage has spread throughout the land. He stood against an army of federal might and power. He stands for Southern freedom. He's the hero of the hour. He's the greatest Southern statesman since Robert E. Lee. The South must stand behind him if the South shall remain free. Stand up for individual rights of every sovereign state. Stand up for our George Wallace before it is too late. Stand up for our George Wallace, for you he took a stand. The story of his courage has spread throughout the land. He stood against an army of federal might and power. He stands for Southern freedom. He's the hero of the hour. A vote for Lillie Wallace is a vote for George instead. Let's show we'll stand behind him, the fight that he has led. The fight for education, states' rights and industry. The state of Alabama will give Wallace victory. Stand up for our George Wallace, for you he took a stand. The story of his courage has spread throughout the land. He stood against an army of federal might and power. He stands for Southern freedom. He's the hero of the hour.
There's a man from Alabama, George Wallace is his name. In the year of 1968, he rose to national fame. He ran to be our president, but it wasn't meant to be. He'll run again in 72, just for you and me. He knows that things in Washington aren't going right at all. And if they aren't straightened out, we're riding for a fall. He believes in our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. If Nixon doesn't straighten things out, he'll get in there and fight. Now we all know Mr. Nixon and the cabinet he chose. He isn't interested in doing right, this everybody knows. He's used by the insiders, of this there is no doubt. The kingmakers are all in and all of us are out. They don't want us little people to have a say in things. And they don't care how sick we are of playing their dangerous games. We've got to help Mr. Wallace in every way we can. He's small in size but big in weight, yes, he is quite a man. In every issue you can name, all concerned. You can bet Mr. Wallace knows all that can be learned. He believes in what our forefathers left behind for us. George Wallace of Alabama is a man that we can trust.
We can see the lights of Washington, crowds of people as they stand. It's American Party's favorite son coming in from Alabam. No matter where we travel, be it north, south, east, or west, it's the same familiar theme we hear. George Wallace is our best. He stands for law and order, a racist he is not. No matter what the critics say, he'll make it to the top. He stands for God and country, states' rights we shall redeem. While the opposition raising rams, we're picking up more steam. We all are getting tired of promises and vows. With George C. Wallace as our man, we'll get some action now. They say we need some gun laws, of this there is no doubt. But let's enforce the laws we have and demonstration stop. If you're a real American, as I'm sure you won't obey, let's stand up for America and keep our country free. Remember now, this is your choice, tomorrow may be too late. Let's all unite to work and strive this year of 68. What of some other country that to us are indebted? It's time to talk some turkey and gain some real respect. Now doesn't this make sense to you, this man with all the facts? To restore law and order and stop riots in their tracks. We have commitments overseas that we must still fulfill. The spread of communism stop and Mr. Wallace will. No matter what your color, no matter what your race, let's stand up for America and these real issues face. States' rights and local government issues now at hand. The wishes of our people we clearly understand. Each state has its own problem and each must solve its own. And not some federal bureaucrat, they're sitting on his throne. Give a truthful answers that you want to questions that arise. He has the facts and figures and not a bunch of lies. As a former judge and governor, I'm sure you've seen him fight for the cause of law and order, and all we believe is right. We love our flag, our country, but our freedom is at stake. Let's get some law and order, give communists the gate. While the other parties rave about the things that they would do, just look around our country, friend, and see who's telling who. There is no basic difference of the other party's view, but pressure groups and money it takes to make the news. But now we're all fed up with this, united we shall stand. For God, for flag, for country, George Wallace is our man. For God, for flag, for country, George Wallace is our man.
There's a man from down in old Alabama, George C. Wallace, who will bring back a boy from Vietnam. George C. Wallace, he will bring back a ship and its 83 crew, yeah. The other side of his record is his pledge to you. George C. Wallace, and Mr. George C. Wallace, we're gonna make you president, and now we feel the way all good Americans do. George C. Wallace, that crime on the streets can be lowered too.
Be sure that you understand. Make no mistake about it. He's the man from Alabama, Mr. George C. Wallace, best man for our land. Mr. George C. Wallace, the man from Alabama, Mr. George.